All right. Next game on stream, we've got Samus versus Marth. Now, Marth, the swordsman, is undisputably a top-tier character, and Samus is not. But Samus is fine. Samus is mid-tier, and this is an uncommon enough matchup that probably neither player has that much experience in it. So stage selection is going to be interesting here as well. Samus is a projectile-based character. Her game plan is shooting missiles, it's shooting charge shots, kind of the thing you'd expect if you ever played Metroid. And on the other hand, Marth is a sword fighter and fights like a sword fighter. So spacing is going to be really, really important for them. Okay, so they went with Dreamland. Dreamland is notable for being the biggest stage in the game. The blast zones here are enormous, and it's very, very tough to knock somebody off the side or the top. You'll see people tend to live forever here. The way that you get people on Dreamland is going to be just getting them off the stage and then guarding the edge so that they can't get back. Now, a neat piece of tech that you're seeing from Samus here is called crouch canceling. The idea is, in Melee, if a character is crouching down to the ground, then they take only a third of the normal knockback from moves, meaning that if Samus is crouch canceling, then when Marth hits him, or when Marth hits her, she's not necessarily going to flinch all that much, and then she can hit Marth with something bigger. Mm-hmm. And these missiles can certainly be tough for Marth to deal with. Marth doesn't have a projectile of his own. He has better mobility than Samus does, but he's going to have to use it to get inside.
And that'll tie it back up.
So that's a pretty good kill for Samus, that neutral air, where you see her just throw out her leg and leave it out there for a long time. Does pretty good damage, good knockback. It doesn't combo into anything as far as I know, but as a finisher on someone who has high damage, it's pretty good. And speaking more on damage, you'll see both characters has a percentage gauge at the bottom of their screen. Well, percent is kind of a misnomer because it's not a percent of anything. It's just arbitrary damage points, really, and there's nothing significant about 100. It just represents on a sliding scale. If I get hit, how far am I going to go flying? Where people who are at 0% are almost not going to feel it, and people at high percents, even weak attacks are going to send them into the stratosphere. Well, all evened up. Both players have lost 2 stocks, are at full health.
Pretty close match here. Jack, a relative. Oh no, not like this. Jack, the Marth player, is a relative unknown. He's just started the office about a week ago. Oh, the homie stock. It's gonna be a fair fight to the very last.
So when Paul says a homie stock, he means that there's kind of there can exist a gentleman's agreement that if one player loses a life to something really silly, that the opponent will jump off the ledge to even things up. Kind of a I don't want to win this way sort of situation.
In honor. Yeah.
Honor, sure.
It's a good counterattack by Samus there.
So Samus's kick there, where she jumps into that kick right there, it comes out really, really fast. It's very tough to respond to.
Yeah, it covers a lot of ground and it stays out. It's 2 out of 3. So. But Sean taking the first one there, but a close game nonetheless.
And a character switch.
Oh, Captain Falcon coming out. You can come over here, actually. So Sean's up 1-0 right now. We're starting the second game.
So this matchup, this is going to be a lot different because Samus as a character is based around projectiles, and you saw her do a ton of damage with those missiles, with those energy shots. Captain Falcon has no projectiles. His only projectile is his fists.
Oh, big knee.
So the trade-off, this is considered a pretty fair fight. What you're going to see is Marth has kind of a spacing advantage because he's got a sword and Captain Falcon doesn't. And in a melee, no pun intended, hand-to-hand fight, you want to be the guy with the sword. On the other
Baby.
hand, Captain Falcon is much, much faster. He moves a lot better than Marth does. So what you're going to see is kind of a spacing battle where Captain Falcon is going to try his best to use his speed to get in on Marth before Marth can punish him from the outside.
Yeah,
It's
almost got the follow up there.
a little bit like the Frazier and Ali fights, where Frazier was fast and could really punish people on the inside, and Ali used his longer reach to keep people away.
Taking a mid-match tutorial, but no, that's good.
Down and then forward smash.
Ooh. He's got it set up. He just needs the. Oh, good choice. He might not have been able to get the knee there. Both players having a bit of trouble landing a hit. Oh, that forward smash might do it.
Yeah, Marth has one of the best, if not the best, forward smashes in the game. Forward smash being the kind of attack that you pull back and hit them with, like a haymaker,
Yeah,
really.
haymaker knockout punch.
That Roy Nelson overhand right. Yeah,
Another knee.
that's Falcon's haymaker.
Jack getting caught up a little bit on the movement there, getting stuck in his dash dance.
Yeah, so something you see in MMA from time to time is that flying knees can be just absolutely devastating. Yeah, Jorge Masvidal recently set the record for fastest UFC knockout by landing a flying knee to Ben Askren. Several of the UFC's knockouts of the year have been that way. Pablo Garza's flying knee on Fredson Pacquiao might be the most famous. But in Melee, a similar thing, the flying knee that Captain Falcon does is kind of it can be a one-shot knockout for sure. There it is.
Oh, another one. Well, Jack could still do something here. He just needs to get a good forward smash or two in. I think he's having a lot of trouble just kind of keeping up with Sean's dash dancing.
And you might ask, since we mentioned not all characters fall at the same rate, gravity's different, do you want to be a character who falls fast or a character who falls slow? And there's plus and minuses both ways. What you're seeing here, Marth is a character who falls a little bit more slowly, who kind of hangs there. And what that means is Captain Falcon, once he does that stomp move, Marth flies up high enough that he can land that knee that he maybe couldn't on a fast faller.
Right.
But on the other hand, Captain Falcon, who does fall fast, you'll be able to see Marth take advantage of that by hitting him with smaller attacks over and over and over and juggling him where he can't get out of it.
Right.
So experiencing a lot of gravity and just a little bit of gravity, both of those can work in your favor, and they can both work against you.
Yeah. There we go.
Yep, forward smash. So
Forward
that's
smash, yeah.
that's a pretty safe, conservative way for Marth to get that kill. Falcon gets back to the ledge slowly enough that, in theory, Marth could chase him off stage and get a down air. But when you're on last stock,
Yeah.
maybe the risk reward's not so great.
Oh, he's got him back down to last stock.
Because one mechanic of this game is that only one person can hold the ledge at a time.
Oh, one big knee to finish it off.
For my place, like I got no clue what's going on.
So, like in that situation, if Marth is already holding onto the ledge, then even if Captain Falcon reaches it, he can't grab it from him.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was another good match.
How's the ultimate